Well, hello everybody and welcome. Well, now this is awkward because I've been gone for about 2 weeks. Thanksgiving happened, some family stuff happened, all good things. But what else happened was I changed the name of the show. We've rebranded. It's grown. It was always meant to be bigger than what it initially was, but we'll get more into that later. Welcome to Big League Thread Count. I'm BK Mullen. Do you like sports? Do you like fashion? Well, this is the show that brings both of those things together. And tonight, Monday Night Football, Eagles, Seahawks. The Eagles host the Seahawks. And believe it or not, it is week 12. It's week 12. The Eagles only have 3 wins, but they're only 1 win out of first place in their division. I don't know what else to say about that. Look, the NFC East is trash. It is what it is. I don't know. I don't know how else to put it. But before we get to the NFL action this evening, taking a look at uniforms for both teams, we're branching out. We're branching out at the start of this show because I want to cover all of the big league stuff. That's why I changed it to Big League Thread Count. Now, the idea is we cover the NFL, the NBA, NHL, MLB, MLS, everything. Premier League, we're going to be doing Premier League to a certain extent. So what I would like to start with this evening, and I feel kind of awkward about this, I would like to start with a shoe. That's right, a brief shoe review from myself. Now, here is my history with shoes, just so you know. I don't have very many. I have more than I used to. We'll put it that way, but I don't have very many. I'm not entirely knowledgeable about shoes, so I'm going to end up having some friends on at some point. Excuse me. I'm going to end up having some friends on at some point that know more about this than I do. To put it to you simply, if you laid out a bunch of shoes in a lineup, I can tell you what brand they are, obviously. I might even be able to tell you if they're a particular basketball shoe or something like that. I can pick Jordans out of a lineup. That's fine. I can do that. But if you lined up a bunch of Jordans and asked me to pick out a particular model, I have no idea. I got nothing for you. I keep hearing or reading on the internet about some sort of brand of shoe, I think it's a type of shoe called a colorway, and I have no idea what that means. I have seen a pair of shoes referred to as a colorway, but I could not tell you for the life of me why it's called that and what another one would look like. Do they look exactly the same? Do they have similar elements? I don't know. But here's what I can tell you. I can tell you that the announcement has been made that Steph Curry is coming out with his own brand via Under Armour, who make great shoes, by the way. I just this past weekend picked up a pair of Project Rock 3s. Under Armour Project Rock 3s. They are so comfortable, and I love the design. We're going to do a whole video on those. But so Steph Curry is, I guess, building his own brand to compete with Jordans via Under Armour, much in the same way that Jordan did it through Nike. Awesome. Cool. I love Steph Curry. I should have worn my Steph Curry jersey. I should have done that. I appreciate Steph Curry as a human and a businessman, etc. But I have a problem. So this is the promo image for the Under Armour shoes. This is the first promo image that I'm aware of for, I guess, what's going to be called the Curry ones. I don't know. I have to do a little more research into it. But for right now, I'm just looking at the shoe from a first take perspective. And what's so interesting about this for me, I tagged one of my buddies, Ryan, on on the Under Armour's Instagram post, or was it Under? It might have been Bleacher Report kicks, BR kicks, as you can see at the top there. I tagged my buddy on Instagram asking him what he thought, because he's a shoe guy, and he was a hard pass, essentially saying that they look like doo-doo. I'm struggling. I am struggling because, you know, when I first saw them and looking at the design aesthetic, it doesn't say basketball shoe to me, which, if you're a basketball player and you are building your brand around that, look, if you want to come out with a tennis shoe, amazing, do it. Golf cleats, just regular sneakers, tennis shoe, whatever. Do whatever you want. But I feel like the right thing to do, and the thing that is going to not only bring in the fans closer, but also make you more money, is to come out with a basketball shoe first, right? You know, Jordan, the Jordan 1s, right? If we call them that. Are they called that? I don't know. The Jordan 1s are made for playing basketball in. In fact, all Jordans, to my knowledge, are made for playing basketball in. And it was the fans who took that to the next level of wearing them to parties and wearing them out to dinner and wearing them with certain outfits and stuff like that. I am having trouble with this shoe because I like it, but I hate it. I like the colors. I like the design on the side. Taking a closer look at it than I did before, I can tell it's actually not a tennis shoe. It's definitely got the kind of support, and especially the coming up high on the back of the ankle there. It's definitely a basketball shoe, unlike what I thought it was before. I love the little signature symbol on the side. It's so clean. The red piping on the yellow. You've got the blue, I don't even know what you call those, eyelets or something like that, for the white laces. It's a super clean shoe. I'm betting it will look good in action, but at the same time, there is not a single moment in my life where I can imagine myself wearing these shoes, unless I am suiting up to play for the Warriors. That's that. I can't imagine ever wearing those shoes or buying those shoes. What's even the price point on these things? If now look, the Rock 3s from Under Armour, their list price is, I think, $120, right? If those shoes are $120, maybe. If I was a big shoe collector, absolutely I would spend $120 on that pair of shoes to have them in my collection, just to say that I have them. Keep them in the box for 25 years from now, when you can sell them for $1 million because they're so clean. But now here's what I will say. We're going to bring it to another. I'd say that I don't like those. I like the design, but they don't say first basketball shoe, right? They don't say that to me. However, I feel a mighty need to share with you another Under Armour brand shoe that is better than that Steph Curry one. Let's look at these. These are the Under Armour Joel Embiid ones. I love these shoes. If I had $1 million burning a hole in my pocket, I would pay $1 million for those shoes. The colors on the soles, the way it comes up the side and wraps into the laces, but only on the outside, not on the inside. Classic black and gray, white highlights. The Under Armour logo is there. It's blazing, if you will, but it's not overstated. It's well balanced. That is a great looking basketball shoe. And if I'm correct, it looks like it comes up higher on the ankles than that Steph Curry shoe, which is the definitive thing of a basketball shoe, in my opinion. Now, look, again, I could be wrong. I'm not really a shoe guy, but this was a topic of discussion. I wanted to put in my 2 cents because I like Steph Curry a lot and I like those shoes, but I'll never buy those shoes. These Under Armour Embiid ones, I will absolutely attempt to get my hands on. I'll try. But for right now, as we speak, the Seattle Seahawks, hold on, let me check. Okay, so they're not beating the Eagles yet, but it's going to get close, I'm sure. I'm sure we're moments away. The Seattle Seahawks take it on the Philadelphia Eagles. Let me switch over my share screen here. So here is what the Eagles are wearing this evening. Pause. These are absolute classics. I love these uniforms. We talked about 2 weeks ago how much I love, even if I wasn't an Eagles fan, how much I love these helmets. It's one of the cleanest designs ever. And they got super, super lucky from a design aspect that whoever it was years ago who first had this idea, or maybe they even stole it from another team way back in the 30s. I have no idea. But whoever came up with this design, it's classic. It's simple. It's clean. It's amazing. I love it. Eagles helmets on fire. Again, midnight green, a very clean, well-balanced jersey. The numbers are the right size. The way the Eagle logos fit on the shoulders, the size of the shoulders. I mean, you don't get much better than this. White lettering, white numbers with black piping, and then, of course, classic white pants with the classic black and midnight green stripe. Again, very clean, very simple. Simple is fine as long as it's well balanced, and that's what this is. All right, couple of comments from my mom on Facebook. Hi, Mom. Alex Trebek tribute cleats. That would be cool. I did see those. Tired of the swish design from Nike. Oh, I see. Tired of the swish design, Nike, Amazon, and now Curry shoe. I get, yeah. You know, I understand from a design dynamic wanting to, much of the similar way with cars, you want to follow a certain, like an eye line, or not necessarily an eye line, but you almost want to follow like the natural curve of the human foot, if you will, when you're designing a shoe, because you want it to be appealing to a certain extent. But yeah, I think you might be onto something, that it's a bit overused. Like I understand that the Nike swish design, and there have been some Nikes in the past that I've seen and everybody's gotten excited for. But the main thing in my head was why is the logo so big? Why does it have to be that big? Why does it have to cover like a third of the shoe. Like, we know it's a Nike shoe. Why can't you like leave it? Why can't you do something more interesting with it? And again, Mom, why did the Los Angeles Rams have that patch on the front of their shirts with the name of the team on them? So that I'm going to get into in actually I'm orchestrating whole YouTube videos on each individual uniform or each individual team. So I will get into that. I think it was an interesting design choice. But I also feel like that's one of those things where they designed the whole thing. They wanted to have something there because having too much blank space can be bothersome with certain colors, with certain patterns, with certain balances of stripes and that sort of thing. So it feels to me like almost like not a last minute added on thing, but I feel like they designed everything else first. And then they were like, hey, we should put something in that spot. And you've got teams like Atlanta who've got the ATL across the front. Yeah, so I'll get more into that in the YouTube video, but yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll see. I'm gonna pop back over here. Doot. Oh, how do I get out of this? I don't want to play you. That's not what I want. Oh, here we go. All right, let's go. Seattle Seahawks. Pulling it up on Twitter. I already know what we've got today. We've got white jerseys. Here we go. Let's blow this up a minute. Boop. White jersey, blue pants, action green highlight stripe on the side of the pants, action green Nike logos on the sides of the your little whatchamacallits right there. Sleeves. Again, this is one of my favorite jerseys and color combinations in the NFL, in major sports in general. The colors work so well together. As much as I dislike the action green alternates, the all green alternates, I think they're weird looking. It's such a great color to be used as a highlight on this blue. You can't really tell from this video that I have paused, but what you're looking at is the dark blue numbers on the white jersey with the action green piping. I'm pretty sure. I might have to actually look at the television to tell, but I have seen that before on these. And of course, the action green on the side of the pants. It's one of those color wheel things, I guess. For some reason, it's these two colors just go so well together. And one of my absolute favorite things about these jerseys are how the stripes come across the front, where it says Seahawks. The design choice on the outside of the shoulder, again, much like the Eagles, so well balanced. But I gotta bring it back to the helmet, like I did the other week with the action green alternates, which is basically to say that this is not a very. It is a well-balanced helmet. I really dig the logo. The colors are spot on. The way the logo comes from the back of the helmet forward, I think that's fantastic. However, like I said a few weeks ago, different players wear different models of helmet. And some of them they just have different divots, different holes. They have a different structure and a different build. And some of them, with that design, it just doesn't look good because the design is either interrupted by a hole or two, or the way that it has to like flex forward because of the shape of the helmet around the head. I mean, obviously we want everybody to be safe more than anything else. But looking at it from a design perspective, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That's why there are so many teams from a helmet design perspective, like the Titans, the Steelers, the Cardinals. They have that single logo. Well, for the Steelers, it's only on the one side, but they have that singular logo that just fits into, and you can see the difference in helmets sometimes, especially on like the Cardinals. You can see on some helmets it'll be placed back just a little bit. They fit them on there depending on the lines of the helmet, which makes sense. But with this design, you really can't do that too much. There's not a whole lot of room for play. All right, we're going to get back to the game. I hope you enjoy the game this evening. I'm hoping that the Eagles win and take over the division yet again. But, I'm not going to sit here and get all my hopes up and stuff. Did the Seahawks score yet? No, not yet. It looks like they're working on it, though. So we'll see how the game goes. Drop a comment below, like my mom loves to do. I love you, Mom. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about these two uniforms. I will be dropping the link to the YouTube page very soon, where I will have whole breakdowns of individual uniforms. And again, changing the game, big league thread count. NFL, MLS, NBA, MLB, whatever other acronyms you have for whatever other sports. Hey, my mom is a big fan of curling. Maybe we should do it. Mom, do you want to come on this show and we'll review curling jerseys? Because there's been some good ones on like the international circuit and stuff like that. Well, I think we should do that. I think that'd be a lot of fun. All right, everybody have a great night. Have a safe Monday, and I will see you later. Peace.